And we'd like to welcome you into Garden Ridge, Texas, to be precise. On the campus of Davenport High School, it's another district tilt tonight as the homestanding Davenport Wolves going to play host to the Kennedy Rockets from San Antonio. Cole Pavelio along with yours truly, Roland J. Reese, this evening. And district tilt, we've got a Davenport Wolves team. What can you say about them? They're undefeated. They're almost no blemishes at all.
They're a team that is looking just about ready to go to state already here, just 5 games into the season. And they really are a competitor with how they run the ball so often through Barrett Fallon. And he's the point of attack every game for these Wolves. And if you can slow him down, you might be able to slow down this Davenport offense, but it's a tall task for these Kennedy Rockets to slow down Barrett Fallon today.
You know, you're mentioning Barrett Fallon. He's got over 800 yards carrying the football already. Over 800. That's just 5 games in. He could break the 1,000-yard mark tonight.
And he's already committed to go play for Fordham up in New York City. So a lot of schools have seen his potential, and he'll be going up to the Big Apple to play for the Fordham Rams. Excited to see what he can do there. His senior night tonight. A lot of seniors being honored.
Love watching those schools on Saturdays. I really do. Here's a kickoff Davenport's going to handle. This was handled by one of the up men who comes up with it, that being Boston Hernandez. Take the ball out to around the 35-yard line. That's where the Wolves are going to go to work. 1st and 10 under quarterback Tristan Torres. Tristan coming in, sophomore Tristan Torres. 62 of 104 thus far on the year. He may pass for over 1,000 yards tonight, as he's passed for just a skosh over 900 yards thus far.
This is such a dangerous Davenport offense. You have Tristan Torres, who's just a sophomore, as you mentioned, and you've got Barrett Fallon, the senior. So many options for this Davenport team.
He is passing right off the bat. He finds his man. Number 9, Gage Hunter, junior tight end with a reception.
Davenport moves so quick. It'll be interesting to see how this defense of Kennedy keeps up with them. 4-2-5.
2nd down, quick out, pass complete on the far side of the field. That's Zayden Garza hauling it in. He'll take it out across the 45 into Kennedy territory at about the 44-yard line. Move the chains and be a 1st down for Davenport.
So a little pass out to the flats and about 9.5 yards, just short of the 1st down.
Here's a handoff, the aforementioned Fallon. Look at this. Across the 30, banging down inside the 25 to around the 23-yard line. Before he's met there and stopped by the Kennedy defender.
Fallon, you mentioned, could pass the century mark for rushing yards, and he's pretty close to the 100-yard mark for receptions as well at 75 reception yards. So you can see him pass that as well tonight.
Pick a quick pass slapped down by number 9, Aiden Ariza from his defensive end position. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Wolves. The fake to Fallon, play action. Torres scrambling. He'll keep it himself across the 20. Inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line before he's run out of bounds. And on the stop that time, Jorge Pina.
It's going to be so important for the front line of Kennedy to get to Torres quickly against the front line of Davenport.
1st and 10, the give. Here's Fallon once again banging his way up the middle for a touchdown. And the Wolves are on the board early.
Quick 6-0 game after the touchdown. Just a minute and 20 off the clock, and they do it quickly for Davenport. Is now Ashton Mercer getting ready for the extra point. Mercer perfect on the season.
And that remains intact. 10:40 remaining in the opening stanza, and the Davenport Wolves draw first blood. They're up 7-0 on the Kennedy Rockets. Back with more in a moment right here on the Wolves Network.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car, or you can bring it back.
It's the way to go.
Well, for the Davenport Wolves, Big Barrett Fallon, the senior running back, takes the ball in from 15 yards out to get the Wolves on the scoreboard. They're up early on the Kennedy Rockets 7-0 and getting set to kick off. We're about to see the Rockets potentially with a football for the first time on offense this evening. Ashton Mercer on to kick this thing off for the Wolves. Ball's up, is going to sail out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
And even with the wind blowing in, we're going to see a lot of that tonight from Mercer when he's kicking into the wind. He made that 53-yard field goal to seal the win against Piper just a few weeks ago in that 5A versus 4A Comal matchup at Piper Coliseum. Now Kennedy will take it over at the 25-yard line.
The player to watch on this Kennedy offense is going to be running back Chris Reyes. He's a 5'7" junior. 16 carries, 332 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the season thus far. He seems to be their main focus offensively.
When you look at Kennedy, they're going to run the option. And, you know, Roland, me and you were talking before the game. I just love the option. The flex bone is what Kennedy's going to run a lot of.
As you put it, 1st and 10. Hernandez, Mark Hernandez, the quarterback, hands off straight ahead. Couple of tough yards. Through the middle, Josh Johnson over to make the stop defensively for Davenport. Gain of about 2. Simmons with the carry that time. That is Javius Simmons.
Kennedy's going to have such a tough time today against the Davenport offense that runs a typical 4-3, and they'll move that outside linebacker to almost be a 5th down lineman. And when you're running the flex bone, it's all about your matchups. And Davenport's so aggressive everywhere on the defensive side, it's going to be hard for them to really get the ball downfield at all. You saw just the 2-yard gain on the first play.
Breaking huddle, they get to the line of scrimmage quickly, but there's penalty markers on the field. And they got the Rockets for delay. That's going to back them up just a bit.
When you're going against a defensive front like Davenport, you just can't give them, essentially shoot yourself in the foot with Kennedy here.
And you know, we're talking offensively. If my records serve me correctly, Kennedy's only completed 1 pass thus far this season for 78 yards. Handoff.
You saw right there just blowing through the Kennedy line, getting to the backfield and a big tackle for loss and make it 3rd and almost to Kendall County. It's like 3rd and 19 is what they have it.
Don't stop that time for the running back, Robert Luna. It is going to be 3rd down. They're going to call it 3rd and 20 for Kennedy. This is backed up all the way at their 15-yard line. Mark Hernandez, as we mentioned, the quarterback. As a matter of fact, he's not even the one with the throwing statistics or the passing statistics on the season for Kennedy. We'll talk about that here in just a bit. Another miscue, and we'll check this out. It's going to be another delay on Kennedy.
Kind of interesting seeing 2 delay of games already when, from our perspective, I think you know that they're going to run the ball. It's just simply what player are you going to run, who's going to get it, and who are you going to be blocking. And it seems just interesting this far in the season that they don't have their play calls on the opening series figured out.
And maybe that's the situation. Just challenge them to pass at this point. 3rd and 25 now for the Kennedy Rockets. Another run play straight up the middle. Is there a fumble on the play? There is. Fumble on the play, and coming away with it, number 52, defensive end Colton Pearson.
There you see the replay of the Wolves getting possession back. Now they'll have the ball with 8:51 the quarter.
Well, here we go, and they've great field position. Wolves are going to have the football at the Kennedy 8. It'll be 1st and goal, Davenport.
You'll see the difference of offensive styles, a bit more spread for Davenport.
Dropping back, pass, complete, end zone, touchdown Wolves. That took them a whole play. And the Wolves on the scoreboard once again.
Just a simple route across the middle, straight to the open Davenport Wolf right in the middle, and just nothing the Kennedy Rockets could do.
Mercer on to try the extra point, and this one is good. We got 8:46 remaining in the opening stanza. Our score now, Davenport 14, Kennedy nothing. We'll be back with more in just a moment here on the Wolves Network.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Support Specialist is now Groundworks. Book your free inspection today.
Your tight end Gage Hunter hauling in an 8-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Tristan Torres. Extra point good. Wolves strike again early.
Just took them 5 seconds to get that touchdown there after their one that took them 120. So 125 on time of possession for the Wolves so far. And I think we're going to see a lot of possession for the Wolves at the end of tonight.
That's what I call an efficient offense. Comes the kickoff. This from Mercer. This one hits the end zone once again. Be another touchback, and Kennedy will have the football 1st and 10. You know, interesting, the Wolves are averaging in their 5 wins this season just over 55 points a game. You compare that to Kennedy, who's averaging only about 15.
It was a very interesting look at the disparity between the two teams. Almost a single game for Davenport has been Kennedy's all season scoring total between the two. I mean, 75 points you mentioned for Kennedy is almost a single game for Davenport some days. And I mean, today's one of those days where you could very well see 10 touchdowns for the Wolves.
1st and 10, here come the Rockets. The line of scrimmage at the 25. Quarterback fakes the keeper, hands off straight ahead, nowhere to go. For the running back. Not much there. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to say he stopped it for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
On that last drive, you look at the secondary of the Wolves, the farthest guy back is only playing 9 yards deep. So they're essentially giving them the pass. But as you mentioned, Roland, at the beginning of the game, Kennedy has only thrown it 6 times all season.
2nd and 10, completed only 1. Handoff going across the 25 down to around the 27-yard line goes the running back, that being Robert Luna.
Number 14.
Or correction, number 14, David Diaz with the carry. He'll get a couple of tough yards, and it'll be 3rd and long for the Rockets.
It's just so hard when you're Kennedy right now. You're trying to work slowly against Davenport, but Davenport's got so many good athletes, it's hard to slow them down. You've got to move really quick to slow down the Wolves. Otherwise, you'll have the whole pack coming after you.
Right the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Hernandez under center. A whistle. And could it be? It's procedure penalty against the Rockets. This will back it up.
That's already 3 flags on the offensive side for Kennedy. We've had a few delay of games, and now you mentioned a false start. It's just constantly you're giving yourself 10+ yards to work with, and you're only getting about 3 per rush.
3rd and 12 for the Rockets. The snap looked like there might have been a miscue there between the offensive line and quarterback Mark Hernandez's snap call. We'll check this out.
It's like a fumble, actually.
And another turnover.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Davenport.
So Davenport will have the football once again in great field position. 22-yard line is the line of scrimmage. That being the Kennedy 22-yard line.
They're just giving Davenport the ball in very good position. You worked from the 8-yard line the last time you had the ball. Now you're working from the 22. You're getting a lot of red zone work here early on.
Tristan Torres, shotgun formation. Fakes a handoff. He's looking end zone. Pass incomplete.
Torres pass incomplete to number 9.
Just looking for a corner route, looked like, towards the front pylon.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking in the direction of Hunter once again.
Davenport, a team that typically runs it.
Give Fallon. Across the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. Nice pickup. Should be 3rd and short for the Wolves.
Here you see the replay. Fallon just finding a hole, gain about 6 yards. And there's another flag.
Check this out. This may be against Davenport. We'll check it. It is a false start. So instead of a 3rd and 1, that'll back it up and give them a 3rd and 6.
You obviously don't want to have penalties on yourself, but when you're Davenport and you get about 7 yards and chunk plays every time you touch the ball, you can kind of afford to have a penalty on 3rd and 1. Obviously you don't want to, but I'm sure we'll see the first down got achieved right here.
Torres rolling out. Torres pass complete. At the 10, that's Zayden Garza, the sophomore wide receiver.
Really good defense on the outside of the hashes, forcing Garza out. They give him the first down.
Fallon, the carry, the 5 into the end zone. Barrett Fallon has his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Just that quick with 6:03 remaining in the first quarter. And with the amount of yards that Fallon is tearing off right now, every time he's touching the football, he may eclipse that 1,000-yard mark on the season by the end of the first half.
And he's just so good at finding the gaps and allowing himself to cut through the defense efficiently, finding the end zone just like cutting through butter.
Extra point good for Ashton Mercer. We've got 6:03 remaining in the first quarter. Our score now, Davenport 21, Kennedy nothing. Back with more in a moment on the Wolves Network.
The Heidelberg Materials Surftex Quarry has been producing crushed stone since 1936. Our products are vital to our infrastructure and economy. We are committed to giving back and supporting our local community. As one of the largest employers and taxpayers in the area, we provide significant economic benefits to Garden Ridge and the surrounding communities. We are more than just a stone quarry. We provide a material to build the future.
So this is about the 3rd time we've done this thus far this game, and we've still got 6:03 remaining in the first quarter. Mercer's going to tee this up at his own 40-yard line to kick this off.
I think by the end of the first half, Mercer's leg might be hanging on by threads with the way he's kicking it so far and so often.
Well, it's been a early first quarter dominated by Davenport. Here's a kickoff, little pooch to one of the up men. Will take it and fall on the football. It's number 88, Alejandro Avila, with the kickoff reception. And this is a 35-yard line. This is going to be the best field position thus far this evening that Kennedy will have the football.
As you mentioned, the best they've had all night so far, and they're just hoping to find the end zone at some point tonight. They've had a hard time doing it, as you mentioned, averaging about 2 touchdowns a game.
1st and 10, quarterback Mark Hernandez under center. Hands off to the man coming near side. That being number 2, Matthew Hernandez, running back. It's going to be stopped for a loss of 1 on the play.
The defensive ends of Davenport are just blowing up the play right away, not giving Kennedy any chance to even get past the line of scrimmage.
Doesn't stop for injuries, and neither do we. Short-Syllable Emergency Clinic is open
Time to figure out who you're handing it off to and where the play needs to go. But if a defender's in your face before you can even think about handing it off, it's hard to even get your offense started with the option.
2nd and 11, Kennedy. Hernandez, that being Mark Hernandez, tries to sneak around the right side. Not much there. Number 11, Hayden Turner, senior defensive tackle, on to make the stop. Another loss of 1. Seems as though Kennedy's just moving backwards here offensively thus far this evening.
Just not firing off the line as quick as you would like. The defense of Davenport 10 yards deep at the deepest part.
3rd and 12. Handoff goes straight ahead, and carrying that is Andrew Lopez, the 5'11 senior running back. As a matter of fact, coincidentally, it is Andrew Lopez who has the lone completion passing the ball for Kennedy thus far this evening, and that was a 78-yard touchdown pass for the Rockets. Right now we've got an injured Kennedy Rocket. Trainers come out and tend to him.
Looked like it's Damian Enriquez, a sophomore. Also the nose tackle for their offense. He's their starting center. So he's been getting hit in the mouth a lot by the Davenport defense, and you just hope he's all right. Still early on in the season.
Right, everyone takes an ease. We celebrate senior night out here at Davenport High School. Had a very nice, opening ceremony that honored all the seniors from different groups within the school. Of course, the football seniors were honored as well. The dance team.
Trainers.
Absolutely.
At work right now, just checking on Damian. But you talk about senior night. You only get one senior night, hopefully, in high school. And Damian's up walking off the field with a little assistance now.
Yeah, he's favoring that left leg. Should be replaced in the lineup by number 64, Aaron Albarron, who'll be coming in and taking his place at center. Oh, yeah, and he's needing some assistance as he's really favoring that left leg. Damian, best of luck. Heal quickly.
And it's going to make that option offense even harder without their starting center who knows or should know the offense in and out. And it looks like we'll see the punt for the first time for the Rockets.
Caden Scott stands back at his own 27-yard line, awaiting the Kennedy Rockets punt. This on the ground, able to scoop it up and get it off. Scott handles the 35, looking to get to the outside, the 40. Penalty markers down across midfield. He's still going. Caden Scott's going to take this to the house for another Davenport touchdown, but let's check the penalty marker.
Looks like it's coming back just on first looks.
But I tell you what, we don't really need much of a reason for the Wolf faithful out here to celebrate. They're in quite the celebratory mood as it is. We'll check this call here momentarily as the officials confer about the Kennedy 35-yard line.
Looks like the offense is ready to go out for Davenport, and the defense of Kennedy is ready to get set. So I expect this one to come back, but you never know.
Yeah, they're certainly pointing in that direction, the officiating crew. Here comes the call.
We have
2 fouls on the play.
There's block in the back, Davenport. We have a blindside back, Davenport. They've accepted the block in the back, 10 yards, first down.
Okay, so they're going to take the block in the back penalty. Now move it back 10 yards from the 40-yard line. Could place it about the 30 if my subtraction skills are still what they were when I was a scientist in my other life. 29-yard line is where the Wolves will go to work, 1st and 10.
See Fallon line up beside Torres like normal, 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back, 3 wideouts.
Torres dropping back. Torres looks to air it out and does so. Overthrows his intended receiver at about the 25-yard line. As he was looking in the direction of Caden Scott. Said, well, with that run, we'll see if we get you on the scoreboard anyway.
On a go route, and the pass overthrew him. Couldn't get to it in time. But we've talked about a 4-2-5 defense. We'll probably see those outside corners come down, and so that will give you about a 3 deep look. Open up the seams for these wideouts.
Torres, quick pass complete. Across the 35. Receiver will be taken down at about the 36-yard line.
Pass complete to number 24,
Zayden Garza with a reception. 3rd and 2 for Davenport. Torres, pass complete. Scott at the 45. Tries to bull his way to midfield. That'll move the chains to be another Wolves 1st down.
Just a little check down to the left side results in the Wolves 1st down. They're marching down the field for the first time, really, since that opening drive when they started on their own 32.
Quick out. Torres has his man again across midfield, 48-yard line. That's Zayden Garza. He's hauled in a couple tonight. Garza, sophomore wide receiver. Something I'm sure Coach Zimmer Hansel looks forward to, saying, well, at least I got this young man for a couple of more years. 2nd down, quick out, pass complete again. Torres finding something on that far side of the field. Scott with the reception. But once again, that'll move the chains, be another 1st down for Davenport.
So far, we've only seen Torres really throw it to his left-hand side, so we've seen him look for the right side once or twice, but incomplete both times that he's looked over there. So it'll be interesting to see how he works in the right side throughout tonight's game.
1st and 10, Torres. Looks to pass again. Pumps, this time unloads. Overthrew his intended receiver. That's Gage Hunter. Here on the near side. 2nd and 10 for Davenport.
Hunter had that touchdown reception. The 2nd touchdown of the night for the Wolves at 8:46 left in the quarter. Make it 14-0.
Pair of receivers to the bottom of your screen. Single receiver to the top on this 2nd and 10 from the 37. Handoff, guess who? Barrett Fallon around the corner. Barrett Fallon banging his way close to the 10-yard line. Tough running for the senior running back.
Rocket defender grabs part of his jersey right there, and Barrett Fallon, wishing he had the tearaway jerseys of the 80s, would have had another touchdown there.
Handoff straight up the middle across the 5. On his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Davenport. Once again, that time, Zayden Garza with the carry. That's another Wolves touchdown. 1:43 remaining here in the opening stanza. Davenport has opened up a substantial lead. Ashton Mercer on to try the extra point. This out of the hole to Barrett Fallon. Mercer up. Mercer good. Minute 43 remains once again in the first quarter. 28-0. Davenport on top of Kennedy. Back with more in a moment on the Wolves Network.
Life doesn't stop for injuries, and neither do we. Schertzabel Emergency Clinic is open 24/7 with no wait times, top-rated doctors, providing pediatric and adult care, and advanced diagnostics like CT scans, X-ray, ultrasound, and on-site lab. So whether it's a sports injury, cold or flu, or a halftime mishap, our facility is there for you, offering everything from minor to major medical care. We're here for every Wolf, players, fans, and families, because the Wolves never slow down, and neither do we.
Well, it's a minute 43 remaining first quarter. Davenport Wolves in the end zone once again, and I think Barrett Fallon responsible for taking it in 3 times thus far this evening.
8-play drive, 2:13 taken off the clock, and a 12-yard rush for the touchdown. Makes it 28-0, as you mentioned. And it's just all Davenport here in the first quarter. And it's really just a matter of how many points do they put up throughout tonight here on senior night against the Rockets.
Mercer gets set to kick this thing off. Does a little pooch kick. Like his way of thinking, he's keeping it in so the Rockets will have to return it. Stepping out of bounds at about the, call it the 12-yard line. David Diaz, who handled the kickoff for Kennedy. Rockets will have the football 1st and 10.
I think it was the best option there, just see if it could have gone out of bounds. Now you're starting at your own 15 for Kennedy. You've got a long way to go, and you haven't really gone it very far offensively at all. The farthest you've gone was your own 35, and that was because of a pooch kick is from Mercer. Say you open good field position, you only got, I think they actually lost yardage on that drive. They went back about 10 yards.
Looking to mark this at the 15. It'll be 1st and 10 Kennedy. Diaz in motion, handoff straight ahead, nothing there. There's that tough Wolves defense shutting down the Rockets' run game.
Just looking at the first quarter so far, it's been all option up the middle. I'd like to see them trying to hold it, fake the handoff, and go on the pitch. Trying to work it outside instead of trying to work up the middle against Davenport, who's just stacking the box with about everyone on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you give Luna a pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 now, line of scrimmage. 26, here's a handoff. Coming near side, wrapped up and thrown back beyond the original line of scrimmage. Goes to running back, Javis Simmons.
That time they looked like they were trying to go outside the tackle. And as just aforementioned, everything's been in between the tackles so far, and you just can't get through the strong box of Davenport here early on. And that looked like it was going to be good for a minute, and then the corners came up and took down the Kennedy Rocket in the backfield.
Well, Javius Simmons carried the ball. He's the leading ground gainer for Kennedy this season thus far. 47 carries for 223 yards. He's averaging just under 5 yards a carry. 3rd and 10. Handoff this time, breaking out of tackles and getting out to the 25-yard line.
Biggest play of the night for Kennedy, and their first down offensively.
Tough running for Andrew Lopez.
That time you see just got by one defender. That's all it takes here for Kennedy to get a big run off, just a chunk play.
Speaking of that's all it takes for the first quarter here from Davenport High School. Wolves out to a big lead, 28-0 over the Kennedy Rockets. Back with second quarter action in just a moment, right here on the Wolves Network.
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just call the Buyer Boys!
Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Well, with Cole Pavelio, my name is Roland J. Reese. Second quarter action here from Davenport High School. Wolves hosting the Kennedy Rockets. Kennedy with their first down of the ball game. They hand off. Trying to find something on the left side of that line. Not anything there, as a matter of fact, as Andrew Lopez gets thrown for a loss.
Just blown up at the line of scrimmage again for Kennedy. And it's just hard to get your offense started when you're not even giving your quarterback a chance to see how the play's developing. He's already got a guy up in his grill.
Great pursuit from that Davenport front line to Brody Vestal, Hayden Turner, Colton Pearson. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. Line of scrimmage, the Kennedy 24-yard line. Handoff this time, trying to come near side. There's some daylight for the running back. He's going to get a couple of tough yards.
A little bit of extracurriculars after the play. Looked like it was a quarterback for Kennedy. Mark Hernandez, actually number 8 for the Rockets, getting involved there. Alex Martinez, one of the running backs, tangled with number 6, Peyton Yankee, the Mike linebacker for the Wolves, back behind the play. Yankee, one of the handful of seniors on the starting 11 on the defensive side.
Leading tackler on this Wolves defense as well. Third down the pitch. Goes to Matthew Hernandez, the running back. Senior running back, 25 carries, 226 yards and a touchdown. That time he's not going to get much real estate in front of him as the Wolves are going to shut his run down.
And that brings up a fourth.
Like the lead running back tried to assert his dominance and got stopped before he got to the line of scrimmage, and that stopped the run, as then the back behind him couldn't get past him. That stops the play for the Rockets.
Peyton Scott back at his own 35-yard line to await the Kennedy punt. It's away. Scott gonna let it bounce. Rockets will down it at the Wolves, calling about the Wolves' 42-yard line, which is where Davenport will go to work 1st and 10. Tristan Torres, young sophomore, engineering some great drives tonight. Davenport, of course, wins over Veterans Memorial. They got a win over Tybee, defeated Piper, Del Rio, and last week Pleasanton to get their first district win coming into play tonight.
That one against Piper, a big win. Comal opponent, also bigger school in the 5A part of Texas high school football, and taking down your rival essentially.
From the 42, 1st and 10, pass far side, complete across midfield. The Kennedy defender missed the tackle.
Pass complete for first down.
Ball will go deep into, not deep, but about the 40, call it the 43 of Kennedy. 1st and 10, Torres pass again, right side complete. Across the 35.
Pass complete to number 12.
State is still on his feet. He believe he wasn't stopped. Ballin there with a reception.
See it here now. There's just little checks down to the numbers. Charging through one man and then breaking through a couple more for the first down.
Ballin doing a great job this season catching the football as well. Hauled in 8 for 75 yards and a touchdown. Torres looking end zone. Torres has a man, just overthrew his intended receiver. That's Brendan Whitworth, the junior wide receiver. Just overthrew him, needed just a couple of more steps. Whitworth 14 catches on the year, 209 yards, averaging about almost 42 yards of reception.
This offense for Davenport just year after year has had so many different options to go attack with. A few years ago you had Fallon and Sokup, now Fallon here with Torres.
And Fallon's going to take it to the house.
Number 12, Barrett Fallon on the carry for Davenport.
Fallon from the 33-yard line. That's another touchdown for Davenport. And the Wolves have blown this wide open.
Five plays and you start at your own 42 and then you find the end zone and you just, as you mentioned, make it a 5-score game. You just got a lot of game left to go.
Ashton Mercer to try his 5th extra point of the night. This one good as well. 8:30 remaining before halftime. And our score, Davenport 35, Kennedy nothing. Back with more in a moment right here on the Wolves Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
And back with you now on the campus of Davenport High School, where the Wolves have gone in yet again. Another touchdown for Barrett Fallon. I think we're going to give him the middle initials TD tonight. It seems like every time he touches the ball, for the most part, he's found that end zone.
It's just what Fallon's been doing this whole time he's been at Davenport throughout his high school career. He's been that bell cow back, really, since he's been on the varsity squad for the past few seasons. The senior.
Very true. It's been an honor to watch him grow like many of these Davenport seniors. Kickoff handled, returned out to about the 28-yard line is Matthew Hernandez. And Mark Hernandez will be under center.
It's really fun for me to watch Davenport play. I mean, it's essentially in my backyard, just about 15 minutes from my house. And being a Comal graduate myself, originally going to Canyon, and Davenport was always the school that was supposed to be ready for me to go to school at, my older sister too, and seeing where it's grown so quickly in just the few short years under Coach Zimmerhandler and Coach Toso of volleyball, just how quickly they've become successful here for Davenport.
They have. They've had a very successful sports program. I'm not sure if there's a timeout on the field or what the situation is right now, but it seems as though someone may have called a timeout. As I look at the timeout situation left for both teams, they both have their full regiment of 3 for the half. So maybe it's just a question of trying to get things sorted out on the field at this point. Wolves defense comes back on the field. Many great students. We mentioned Fallon, a lot of the great students that have come and played through Davenport. The name Daniel Sokup II comes to mind. As talked to his dad, he'll be ready to play some baseball at Grambling this coming spring. We look forward to seeing him. Here's a handoff straight ahead again. Nothing to do for that Kennedy running game as the handoff goes to Javius Simmons. And he may get one. Is he going to move this, mark this around the 30-yard line? It'll be 2nd and 9.
Talk about volleyball for just a minute. Coach Toso winning state 2 years ago now, then the state runner-up last year, and again looking like a state potential team. And you look at the football side is where we are now. At the top of the Dave Campbell's list, just about. Just got Selena ahead of them. And Davenport football just always been knocking at the door of a state title for the past few years.
2nd and 9. Great defensive pursuit that time.
Number 2, Matt Hernandez with the carry.
Getting up off the bottom of that pile, making the stop. That Hayden Turner, the defensive tackle, making the stop on Matthew Hernandez. It's going to be a loss on the play. 3rd and 14 now for Kennedy. Ball spotted all the way back at the 25-yard line.
Looks like Kennedy goes all the way to the sideline to relay their plays, or it's just a substitution on every single play, and another delay of game for Kennedy. Their first one of this quarter, but they had a lot in the first, and it looks like they are actually taking a timeout here to avoid the delay of game.
So that's a situation with 6:50 remaining in the first half. We'll take this with them. 35-0, Davenport on top of Kennedy. Back with more in a moment on the Wolves Network.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car, or you can bring it back.
Gilman, it's the way to go.
So along with Cole Pavelio, my name is Roland J. Reese. We got 6:50 remaining here in the first half. 35-0. It's been all Davenport. As a matter of fact, I do believe, and you correct me if I'm wrong on this, Davenport has scored every time they've had the football.
That's what it looks like on my score sheet here.
You see how that works?
I mean, it's kind of what you expected when you come into this game against Kennedy. And it's just how potent Davenport is on both sides of the ball. You can't stop them on either side, really. You can't beat them.
3rd and 14 Rockets. The give coming near side, couple of tough yards, and that's it.
It's been a couple of fumbles for Kennedy. They've punted it away. And then they've had one big play of 10 yards, and that's been their biggest one so far. Otherwise, it's been tough sledding at the line of scrimmage and just no big plays so far for Kennedy. They had a 78-yard rushing touchdown last week against Canyon Lake. That was a home game for Kennedy down there, Lackland.
Pearson on the stop of the previous play to bring up a 4th and 14 as the Rockets will punt this away once again. Snap almost got a piece of it. This will roll out of bounds near midfield. The Davenport Wolves will go to work again on offense, 1st and 10.
Take over right at the 50-yard line is what I saw, but it looks like they're giving them positive 48.
Very nice weather conditions. I mean, you know, you've got to be thankful for what we're feeling right now. It's certainly not the heat of the early season. We've got a nice gentle breeze out here in Garden Ridge, Texas, to enjoy some Friday night football.
I know at kickoff it was 90 degrees, and as it becomes nightfall, it's dipped down to 86.
Torres, pass complete. Across the 40, taken down at about the 35-yard line. Brandon Whitworth, the junior wide receiver, with a reception. That'll move the chains to give the Wolves another 1st down. So Davenport sends 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. Torres looks that direction and has a man hauling that in. It's number 18, Caden Scott. He's had several receptions thus far this evening.
See the big nickel for Kennedy going on the strong side of their 4-2-5 defense.
Pass complete. Fallon banging his way down to the 10, maybe inside. They may give him about the 9-yard line before he's tripped up there Jaden Hurtado with the stop that time for the Kennedy Rockets.
I just don't know how you game plan against a player like Fallon. He's so dangerous. He can line up in the backfield next to his quarterback. He can line up as a wide out and go to the flats and create his own space. Just so many options for Fallon.
Handoff this time. Andrew Lopez saw Zayden Garza coming. Good defensive pursuit that time by Kennedy to stop Davenport. So out of a 2nd and 1, guys, that's going to lose 5. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Fallon next to Torres now.
Takes a handoff, pass, incomplete. Just out of the reach of number 9, Gage Hunter. So, interesting situation. It's a 4th down for Davenport. As a matter of fact, I believe this is their first 4th down of the evening.
And it looks like Mercer will go for the field goal here. And well within Mercer's range as we saw him make the 53-yard nail in the coffin against Piper just a few weeks ago.
Spot this at the 21. This will be a 31-yard field goal. This out of the hole to Barrett Fallon. Kick is up. And this one no good. So the field goal attempt is negated. And we got 4:14 remaining here in the first half. Score remains 35-0 Davenport. Back with more in a moment here on the Wolves Network.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Support Specialist is now Groundworks. Book your free inspection today.
To play here at Wolves Stadium. First time the Wolves have not scored this evening. It's 1st and 10 for the Kennedy Rockets. Line of scrimmage, their own 20-yard line. Handoff straight ahead, and that defense isn't letting anything go. As running back Matthew Hernandez is wrapped up.
Talking to Brad Lynn, one of our commentators here on Wolves Network, about the option a few weeks ago. And how it's one of my favorite things. It's kind of become a running joke. And on defense, when you're getting ready to go against the option, you really don't even have to worry about practicing with the ball, because it's all about man coverage and who your coverage is and who you got to be covering. And so far, the Wolves have been covering their man very well.
2nd and 10, once again, the handoff, once again going nowhere. As we talk about a pack of Wolves, we see Josh Johnson there pushing the pile. Also in on the stop, Hayden Turner. No gain. They're just kind of stuck in neutral there. 3rd down and 10 for the Kennedy Rockets. As time continues to tick away here in the first half with just over 3 minutes remaining.
It's like you're trying to go up 3-0-9 without a first gear. I mean, it's just they can't get started right now for the Rockets.
3rd down, the handoff. This time, throwing for a loss. Running back David Diaz. Johnson once again with the stop defensively. For Davenport, Josh Johnson playing a whale of a game thus far here in the first half. Thought we saw a little help that time from Tate Roudis. Came over to seal off the Kennedy running back. And once again, it's a punting situation for the Rockets. This one. Fair catch called for by Cade Scott. And once again, the Wolves are going to have good field position. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage, 46-yard line, that being the Kennedy 46-yard line.
There is some laundry on the field back in front of the line of scrimmage, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is here, as there was no return.
Wow. So you get the Wolves for a personal foul.
We're going to start your own 46, and now I got to break out with the math skills. And Roland, I don't know about you, but I haven't used them recently either, so looks like they'll start their own 40-ish.
That's right. They're going to back this up 15 if they're at the, right around the 40, 41, I believe. Or would it be 39? Maybe inside.
And they'll get
39-yard line's where they're going to be. They're going to be at their own 39.
They'll get to run one play before the 2-minute timeout that is newly introduced this year in high school football.
Yeah, still getting used to that here at the high school level. Of course, the college level as well for those games I'm fortunate enough to watch. The 2-minute timeout.
Looks like there's some confusion about where the ball is going to be placed. As some officials wanted it placed at the 44 in Kennedy territory. Now they're marking it back to the 39 of Davenport territory.
And the Wolves come to the line offensively, as you were mentioning. Just got to tick the clock left before the 2-minute timeout. 1st and 10, Davenport. Torres rolling right. Pass incomplete. Intended on that far side of the field.
That brings up 2nd down for the Wolves.
Foul on the intended receiver. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Davenport as we hit the 2-minute timeout. We'll take it with it. Minute 57 remaining first half. 35-0 Davenport. Back with more in a moment on the Wolves Network.
The Heidelberg Materials Surftex Quarry has been producing crushed stone since 1936. Our products are vital to our infrastructure and economy. We are committed to giving back and supporting our local community. As one of the largest employers and taxpayers in the area, we provide significant economic benefits to Garden Ridge and the surrounding communities. We are more than just a stone quarry. We provide a material to build the future.
Life doesn't stop for injuries, and neither do we. Short Syllable Emergency Clinic is open 24/7 with no wait times, top-rated doctors, providing pediatric and adult care, and advanced diagnostics like CT scans, X-ray, ultrasound, and on-site lab. So whether it's a sports injury, cold or flu, or a halftime mishap, our facility is there for you, offering everything from minor to major medical care. We're here for every Wolf, players, fans, and families, because the Wolves never slow down, and neither do we.
Minute 57 of the first half. Tonight's tilt between Davenport and the visiting Kennedy Rockets on a 2nd and 10. Quick out, pass complete. Across midfield, this will move the chains and more. As receiver Zayden Gonson hauls that in. Gets a nice gain.
There you see the completion, the run after the catch, the yak, actually the yards after catch, just marching the Wolves down to their Kennedy 31.
Wow, and another penalty, this time for unnecessary roughness. This is going to back up Davenport 15 yards.
Takes away a lot of that play. Not all of it. There you see the coaches of the Wolves. Just got things to clean up still. Still got a lot of season left when you count the postseason that Davenport expects to be a part of for a long time this season. Dave Campbell's had him listed as 5th entering week 5, or week 6 make it. As conversation still going on between the head ref But you've got Salina, Canyon, West Plains, Kilgore, and Stephenville ahead of Davenport in the Dave Campbell's state rankings for 4A D1.
The Wolves have to get to the Kennedy 33 to get a new set of downs. Actually, are they moving the chains? I believe they did. They're saying it's got to get down to 36 on his first down. Pass across the middle, in and out of the hands of their intended receiver, Brendan Holton. Brendan Holton, the junior wide receiver. First time he got called this evening.
I think he was worried about running with the ball before he even had it. You gotta watch to your hands. First rule.
So the penalty backed up Davenport, but it was 1st and 10. Pass across the middle, incomplete. It's intended for Gage Hunter. Back defensively, Chris Reyes. We've talked about him. He hadn't been much of a factor thus far this evening for Kennedy.
It was another curl route right there across the middle, and the 4-2-5, the nickel, looked like it was right on him, even though he had actually a crossing route on the weak side.
Torres. Quick out pass complete. This is Garza across the 30, the 25, the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds. Back defensively, that was Jaden Hurtado making the stop for the Rockets.
This looked like a little screen pass, halfback slip screen, and break off a big chunk, get the first down.
Torres looking end zone, pass complete, touchdown, Davenport. That's Gage Hunter, the junior tight end, hauling that in. And the Wolves on the board once again with 1:16 remaining before halftime.
Number 7, Ashton Mercer, out for the extra point.
And Mercer out of the hold of Barrett Fallon. It's on for the extra point. Uh-oh, mishandled. Fallon picks it up, looks end zone, pass, complete. 2-point conversion there.
Started as a fire drill and ends up as a 2-point conversion. Makes this one even wider of a gap in there. You see Fallon just scanning the field, looks for the back of the end zone. A big man jumping up and making the catch for the 2-point conversion for Brody Vestal. Makes it 43-0.
Yeah, Brody Vestal didn't want to let that ball go. He's like, no, it's mine. 1:16 remaining before halftime. Our score, Davenport 43, Kennedy nothing. Back with more in a moment right here on the Wolves Network.
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family-owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just for the Buyer Boys!
Well, the Wolves back on the scoreboard, and Cole, how'd that scoring drive look?
Well, it looked like they got 45 ticks off the clock. Took them 6 plays, 22-yard touchdown pass to Gage Hunter, and then the 2-point conversion after the fire drill. Found Vestal in the end zone from Fallon. Makes it a 43-0 game as Mercer, just as always, kicks it out the back of the end zone.
I tell you, Mercer's got a nice leg. I mean, that thing carries.
Could very well be a guy you see at the next level playing on Saturdays once he's done here at Davenport. It's just a matter of a fact of where he'll go, really.
Something worth looking forward to. 25-yard line. It's going to be the line of scrimmage for the Kennedy Rockets.
And it's interesting to see how the kicker position has changed over the years, even from the early 2000s. Now you see guys at the pro level make 60-yard field goals every Sunday now, and a play blown up.
Speaking of Vestal,
Number
He came in and crashed the Kennedy running back, that being Diaz. Threw him for a loss all the way back to on about the 21-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 13, so loss of 3 on the play.
Might see one more play after this, but I think this very well could be the last one of the half for Kennedy.
The Rockets come to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, Hernandez, the keeper himself. He'll be blown up inside the 15-yard line. Of course, Josh Johnson again, great defensive pursuit, making the stop.
The thing on that play there, it wasn't even Josh Johnson really making the tackle. It was Johnson pushing him into his own quarterback. One of the running backs for Kennedy just took out his own quarterback well behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll be the last play of the first half.
That's it. In the first half, it's been all Wolves almost all the time. Our score, Davenport 43, Kennedy nothing. We'll be back with more in a moment right here on the Wolves Network.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car, or you can bring it back.
Gilman, it's the way to go.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely. Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career. Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family-owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just for the Buyer Boys!
Life doesn't stop for injuries, and neither do we. Schertzlebel Emergency Clinic is open 24/7 with no wait times, top-rated doctors, providing pediatric and adult care, and advanced diagnostics like CT scans, X-ray, ultrasound, and on-site lab. So whether it's a sports injury, cold or flu, or a halftime mishap, our facility is there for you. offering everything from minor to major medical care. We're here for every Wolf, players, fans, and families, because the Wolves never slow down, and neither do we.
The Heidelberg Materials Surftex Quarry has been producing crushed stone since 1936. Our products are vital to our infrastructure and economy. We are committed to giving back and supporting our local community. As one of the largest employers and taxpayers in the area, we provide significant economic benefits to Garden Ridge and the surrounding communities. We are more than just a stone quarry. We provide a material to build the future.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Support Specialist is now Groundworks. Book your free inspection today.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car, or you can bring it back.
Gilman, it's the way to go.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely. Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career. Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
You know, everyone's lifestyle inside is all connected through Wi-Fi. Your IoT devices, your TV, the streamers, the gamers. And we in Texas, we love being out in the backyard. We love extending, I think, what we do inside to the outside. Whether it's grilling, whether it's swimming, hanging out at night, listening to music, the outdoor Wi-Fi product really extends that Wi-Fi in your lifestyle to the outdoors. We think about connecting products like your security cameras that you can get through GVTC. Talk about your smart lights, your smart speakers. It's the she shed outside, right? For all the women who love to do projects outside, just the same as a workshop. Wherever you want to connect your Wi-Fi, it really is taking the best of the indoor premium Wi-Fi and extending it outdoors into whatever lifestyle that you have.
With NFL
NFL Network and NFL Red Zone, the action is inevitable.
Energy all day, all day. Let's go.
NFL Network is where 24/7 coverage meets unmatched insider access and exclusive live games.
There's games in other countries.
Let's go.
And every touchdown from every game every Sunday afternoon during the regular season.
Makes the catch.
With NFL Red Zone.
We have so much football.
So this season, don't miss a second of the action.
Celebrate out loud. Game on.
Get NFL Network and NFL Red Zone now.
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just for the Buyer Boys.
The Big Ten's the real deal.
She terminates. Oh, what a block.
Oh my, and how about that wicked swing? The Big Ten has continued to be the bar setter.
Deliver. Another big time. Boom.
Some of the best volleyball I've ever seen.
Termination. With some thunder. Money. Blocked.
Turning up the heat.
Vaporizes.
Buries it.
Big Ten volleyball all season long.
It's a big rip.
On the Big Ten Network.
What do you get when you mix a banana, a firefighter, a tailgater, and baseball? You get Banana Ball on True TV.
That is beautiful banana ball.
This baseball game has taken the country by storm.
Over 65,000 fans on hand.
9 weeks of America's pastime with a twist.
Showtime.
We guarantee you've never seen anything like this. Banana Ball on True TV, presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Life doesn't stop for injuries, and neither do we. Schertz-Sibyl Emergency Clinic is open 24/7 with no wait times, top-rated doctors, providing pediatric and adult care, and advanced diagnostics like CT scans, X-ray, ultrasound, and on-site lab. So whether it's a sports injury, cold or flu, or a halftime mishap, our facility is there for you, offering everything from minor to major medical care. We're here for every Wolf, players, fans, and families, because the Wolves never slow down, and neither do we.
Welcome to the 25-26 school year. Each year, when we gather here, we're not just launching a calendar of classes and events. We're opening a new chapter in the lives of every student who walks through our doors. And this year, we're doing it with a clear and powerful focus: nurture, knowing every student by name and need, and developing the whole child. Let's pause and consider what that really means. To know each soul by name is more than just memorizing rosters. It's a commitment to see them, not just the students who always raise their hand, not just the ones who make us laugh or bring us joy, but also the quiet ones, the struggling ones, the ones who challenge us, and yes, the ones who are easy to overlook. To know each student by need is to understand that behind every pair of eyes is a story. Sometimes a joyful one, but always a story worth hearing. There's a parable, ancient but deeply relevant, about a shepherd who had 100 sheep. One day, one went missing, and while the 99 were safely grazing, the shepherd left them to go after the one that was lost. He searched until he found it, and when he did, he celebrated. Not because he regained his full herd, but because the one sheep mattered that much. That story isn't just about sheep, it's about people, it's about our children, and it's about us. Because every single child who enters the classroom deserves to feel like they are the one who matters. That someone would notice if they weren't there. That someone would come.
Good evening and welcome to the exciting halftime show of Davenport High School, featuring the Diamonds varsity dance team and the Dazzlers junior varsity dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our Diamonds and Dazzlers to the field. Your Dazzlers officers are Zane Prito, Kenzie Juarez, Stephanie Vasquez, Lily Vedder, Alexis Dalton, and Alice Blevins. Dazzler of the Week is Alice Blevins. Your Diamond Social Officers are Annabelle Scott and Sasmaya Victorine. Social President is Sienna Welty. Your Diamond Dance Officers are Junior Lieutenants Emily Laraway, Sophia Ortiz, Emery Weinman, and Senior Lieutenant Sophia Plant. First Lieutenant is Alana Stanford, and your Diamond's Captain is Alexi Lenny. Diamond Dancer of the Week is Annabelle Scott. The Diamonds and Dazzlers are under the direction of Sarah Gentry and Christina Weinman. The Diamonds and Dazzlers would like to thank their headliner sponsors, J. Sapia Consulting, Peterhouse Pediatrics, and Bush's Chicken, as well as their showstopper sponsor, the Club at Garden Ridge. Tonight, they are performing a field kick routine to Bad Romance. The Wolf Band recognizes members of the community who have gone above and beyond with their support with the title of Honorary Drum Major. This week's Honorary Drum Majors are the hardworking custodians of Davenport High School. The unsung warriors of our school, our custodians work around the clock to ensure the health and safety of all students and staff. From the Wolf Band, we appreciate you. The Wolf Band is under the field direction of Drum Majors Matthew Desolitz, Natalie Dritta, Carter Elza, and Sadie Hernandez. Woodwind Captain is Hayden Humphrey. Brass Captain is Caleb Atkins. Drumline Captain is Benjamin King. Front Ensemble Captain is Ashley Leone. Color Guard Captains are Yanni Garcia Cole and Adea Levitt. And now for our Members of the Week. The section of the week is the Percussion section. Freshman band members of the week are Noelia Ibarra and Allison Heinrath. Percussionist of the week is Aaron Jeske. Band members of the week are Noah Bond and Alexis Williams. SLT member of the week is Matthew Desolitz. Color Guard Rookie of the week is Isabella Hernandez. And Color Guard member of the week is Viviana Islas. This evening, the Wolf Band would like to perform all 4 parts from their 2025 show entitled Wanderlust. Baritone soloists are Milton Amaya and Xavier Wolf. Flugelhorn soloist is Caleb Atkins. Clarinet soloist is Carter Elsa. Now presenting the Wolf
Welcome to the 25-26 school year. Each year, when we gather here, we're not just launching a calendar of classes and events. We're opening a new chapter in the lives of every student who walks through our doors. And this year, we're doing it with a clear and powerful focus: nurture, knowing every student by name and need, and developing the whole child. Let's pause and consider what that really means. To know each soul by name is more than just memorizing rosters. It's a commitment to see them. Not just the students who always raise their hand, not just the ones who make us laugh or bring us joy, but also the quiet ones, the struggling ones, the ones who challenge us, and yes, the ones who are easy to overlook. To know each student by need is to understand that behind every pair of eyes is a story. Sometimes a joyful one, but always a story worth hearing. There's a parable, ancient but deeply relevant, about a shepherd who had 100 sheep. One day, one went missing, and while the 99 were safely grazing, the shepherd left them to go after the one that was lost. He searched until he found it, and when he did, he celebrated. Not because he regained his full herd, but because the one sheep mattered that much. That story isn't just about sheep, it's about people, it's about our children, and it's about us. Because every single child who enters the classroom deserves to feel like they are the one who matters, that someone would know.
Colt Pavilion, Roland J. Reese back with you here at Davenport High School in Garden Ridge, Texas, where we've seen the first half that Cole has been all Davenport and then some.
They scored on every single drive except the one where Mercer missed the field goal that made it a game where Kennedy had the ball deep in their own half, and they just haven't done anything since getting the ball there. They've only gotten as far as the 35 for Kennedy. Then you see hit the 43 on your scoreboard. For Davenport, they had a 2-point conversion after the fire drill, and Fallon found Vestal in the back of the end zone to make it 43-0 right at the end of the first half.
Absolutely. Just seems like one of those halves where everything went right. Davenport could have closed her eyes and thrown the ball and found a way to find a receiver to catch it anyway. Kickoff will go out of bounds. The Kennedy Rockets will have the ball first to start the second half. See if they will continue. I believe they will with Mark Hernandez at quarterback. You know, the thing with Kennedy, they haven't even tried a pass attempt in that first half. They're not a passing team, mostly running the option.
Yes, the option is all they've run here today. And you mentioned just here for Hernandez, just one single pass attempt on the season, and it was an incompletion. So it's been a rough season for the Rockets in the passing side.
It is Mark Hernandez with the keeper. Tate Broadus in on the stop from his wolf position. I guess that fifth defensive back making that stop. Second down, no gain on the play.
Just been Davenport getting to the line of scrimmage first before Kennedy can even get off their feet, really. They can't get out of their stance quick enough to beat the pack of wolves that are coming straight to the ball carrier every single down.
2nd and 10 to give. This time, good defensive pursuit as they're going to catch the running back behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 5 back all the way to the 20-yard line. Goes running back Andrew Lopez as Broadus once again coming over to make the stop.
Looking at the first half, if Kennedy didn't punt it away, they fumbled it and gave Davenport great field position. They gave Davenport the ball on the 8-yard line and the 22-yard line, setting up Davenport for 2 touchdowns to really kick off the game quickly.
21-yard line is the line of scrimmage, that being the Kennedy 21. It's 3rd and 14 for the Rockets. Hernandez, he'll be wrapped up and sacked. Ball on the ground, picked up. I don't know if there's any indication from the referee. They're saying he was down. But once again, great defensive pursuit.
Here you see the replay right here, and let's see if he goes down. It looks like the knee is down before it pops out. But now you got to punt deep in your own end. And we've seen a couple of snaps from the long snapper that bounce in front of the punter. So that gives your edge rushers great chance to try to go block a punt. So dangerous spot here.
Cody Sadoff in on that last sack, among others, for the Davenport Wolves. They've really been getting some great defensive pursuit, though. I mean, you're kind of keying on the fact that you know Kennedy's going to run the football. So at that point, you just plan accordingly.
They've been stacking the box, just putting 7 guys between the tackles, 4 DBs. Just nothing Kennedy has been able to do to get past those first 7. They had that one 10-yard rush, and that's been their longest gain of the game.
Here comes the Kennedy punt. This handled almost dangerously, though, by number 18. That being Caden Scott, breaking tackles into the end zone. That's a Davenport touchdown. And what's ironic is that's the 2nd time this evening he's done that. First time it got called back.
And it looked like he was going to be taken down for a moment. It looked like it was going to be a shoestring tackle. Then he wriggled out of the tackle, got by a couple more defenders. And you see here, here's that tackle that I'm talking about. Got wrapped up at the feet, gets by a handful of Rockets, and finds the end zone, and finally gets his punt return for a touchdown.
Scott, a very slippery return man, did a great job there. On to try the extra point. Of course, it's Ashton Mercer. This one coming out of the hole of Barrett Fallon. Kick is up, and it's good. We got 9:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and our score now, Davenport 50 and Kennedy nothing. Back with more in a moment here on the Wolves Network.
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
Well, not even a scoring drive that time. It was Just a great punt return by Caden Scott, taking it to the house. Getting the Wolves on the scoreboard once again. 50-0. Still early in the third quarter. Davenport again gets set to kick off to Kennedy. This one will sail out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rockets will have the football, 1st and 10. Well, you know, at this point, Cole, you got to wonder, where does Davenport start pulling the starters and getting the second team in to get him some reps?
And it really is just a question of when do they do it, not if they do it. I mean, 50-0 game here just to start the third quarter. It's even a question of, does the clock end up being a running clock at this point with the margin that it is? And Kennedy, a team that averages just about 2 touchdowns a game on a typical game. Mentioned earlier this evening, 75 total points for Kennedy on the season, and I wouldn't expect to see these stars out here too much longer for the Wolves.
Handoff right side, going to the far side, wrapped up goes the running back, that Matthew Hernandez. Several Davenport Wolves over to make the stop. Lucas Simmons.
If I were Coach Zimmer Hansel, and obviously I'm not because I'm up here with you, Roland, but if I was a coach in general, this is an opportunity when you've got to take it and get your second string guys reps, game reps, and this is a great time to do it. It looks like we could see a pass here from Kennedy, 2 wideouts.
Well, the handoff once again, and this one going nowhere as the running back is being wrapped up. Getting up off the bottom of that pile for the Davenport Wolves.
And I think that was the first time all night that we've seen wideouts even put out for Kennedy. They don't have any true wide receivers on their roster. It's all fullbacks, running backs, and tight ends. So they'll move a running back or tight end out wide to make the play wider. But
Jacob Rice in on the stop on the previous play for Davenport. 3rd and 11 now, Kennedy. Their own 24. Here's a pitch. And once again, the running back wrapped up and dropped for a big loss. It's Diaz with the carry. Over to make the stop that time is Traven Singletary, senior defensive back for the Davenport Wolves. And that'll bring up another punting situation for Kennedy.
You're just wondering how this punt is going to end up. Is this going to be a line drive like the last one that's fielded on a hop, and there's not even a return man back right now for the Wolves.
Snap low, taking a bounce, and it's been the case most of the evening as Jorge Pina punts this away. Be down at about the 34-yard line, that being the Davenport 34, and that's where the Wolves will go to work, 1st and 10. Let's see how many starters are in. It looks like number 1, the backup quarterback, who is Brady Eggleston, will be coming in, and that is the case.
Looks like no fouling right now, so it's Solidum in the backfield with Eggleston. He's been the secondary or third back for the past few seasons, was stuck by Hine, founded Mason Falcone last year. In the
ball on the ground. Wolves fall on it. Kind of a misexchange there from Eggleston to the running back, that being Zayden Garza. Loss of 2 to be 2nd and 12 for Davenport.
Looks like a pistol formation here. Train.
Handoff straight ahead. Nice hole. Banging his way out. Across the 45. Kele Soldum, junior running back.
Bit of a delayed handoff to Solidum. Looked like it could be a pass for a second. Then Eggleston turns and hands it off to Solidum as the wind really starting to pick up here in Garden Ridge.
Eggleston trying to buy time. He's looking to pass. Unloads, has a man. This thing gets caught.
There's flags at the line of scrimmage, so I think this might be a holding call coming back.
We'll check that. Ineligible downfield, I believe is a call.
The line of scrimmage really got moved forward about 5 yards where the flag was thrown, so the linemen were 5 yards down. I mean, they were giving Eggleston a lot of the time, but they just got too far down.
Yeah, hats off to Eggleston. He ran his receiver free. I believe that was Gage Hunter.
I mean, he rolled left, and then he got all the way to the right side of the field and finally threw and made a good throw. Just ends up coming back due to the ineligible man downfield.
Well, it's first down Davenport once again. Quick out, pass complete across midfield. The 45, the 43-yard line. Goes Zayden Garza. Defensive back who doubles as a punter. That being Pena with the stop for Kennedy. 44-yard line now, the line of scrimmage. Enough to move the chains, gives Davenport another first down. Eggleston, hand off onto the leg. Kayleigh, big hole. Across the 35, down to around the 32-yard line. Sullivan, you know, some very impressive numbers himself. 24 carries, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's averaging just about 41 yards a game.
He's, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, Sullivan's been that third running back that the Wolves have had behind Barrett Fallon and then Mason Falcone being the 2-back. And Sullivan now the official 2-back, and you could really stick him anywhere you want. He could be a fullback, and he's always been the guy to run it in on goal line plays.
Nice play action that time by Eggleston as he finds his wide receiver on the far side, Zayden Garza. Zayden's been very, very hands-on tonight. Done a great job with the football.
It's just an all-out attack by the Wolves all night long, and that's really what they've done for the past few years under Coach Zimmer Hansel, getting the program started here at Davenport. It's been all offense and great defense on the other side to match it.
The fake come to Garza near side, who makes the reception out across the 10-yard line. He'll be run out of bounds at the, call it the 10, the 9 is in on the stop that time. That was number 25, Jaden Hurtado. That'll be another first down for Davenport.
And the thing that makes Davenport so difficult is the fact that they have a good running attack and a great passing attack year after year so far. It's been slightly leaning towards the run here this season, but they've got the ability to pass it deep too when needed.
Eggleston off to Garza once again, who'll make the reception. Down to the 5 and driven out of bounds by Matthew Hernandez. It'll be second down. Line of scrimmage is the 5.
There's a rocket down on the field.
There was an injury timeout as the trainers come over to check out the injury. I believe we're gonna have to check that young man's number, but
looks like it was Jose Verdugo, number 78.
Yeah, there's no mistake in that size. That's a big young man, I tell you. As we look at his size, he's 6'1". Verdugo's 5'10" and 340 pounds.
Big 5'10" though.
A big 5'10". You bet. We certainly hope he's okay as well.
And it's interesting with the size that Kennedy has that they haven't been able to establish the run game here tonight. They've got a lot of big linemen, but just haven't been able to beat Davenport front line off the snap is what it's boiled down to.
And he's getting up and coming off under his own power, which certainly is a good sign. The Wolf faithful showing their appreciation for his effort out on the gridiron this evening. 50-0 Davenport with 3:12 remaining here in the third quarter.
It's an interesting district for Davenport to be in. You got Canyon Lake alongside them, Fredericksburg, Pleasanton, who they just started off district play against down in Pleasanton and starting off 1-0 in district play. And just an interesting district, a lot of travel needed for this district for Davenport and all the other members.
Eggleston to Kayleigh Solidum. He's in the end zone, touchdown once again. Davenport.
And that's what Solidum is known for, is these short in the red zone rushes. And he just powers it through the line of scrimmage and finds the end zone. He's been doing it for the past few years. He's always really been their fullback style running back. And getting to be the power halfback, just punching it in.
And that is 4th touchdown rushing this season. The extra point for Davenport is good. 2:57 remains in the third quarter. Davenport 57, Kennedy nothing. Back with more in a moment here on the Wolves Network.
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just for the Buyer Boys!
Well, Davenport, their first offensive drive of the second half, and that one looked good, as have the others this evening.
It's been good all season long for the Wolves so far. Long drive, though, started at 6:52, worked it all the way down to under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. 5-yard touchdown rush by Kayleigh Solidum. Capped it off in an 8-play drive. So just marching it down the field methodically for the Wolves. That's the interesting thing about Davenport, Roland, that I've always found. They can really change the pace of play whenever they want.
Another booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. Kennedy will have the football. 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Well, as we mentioned, Kennedy really not much success moving the football tonight, save one drive. I believe they did pick up 1 first down.
And it's just, we've talked about it, they haven't gone past the line of scrimmage very much. You talked about that 1 10-yard rush, and that's been about their offense in total. And I'd be surprised if they're even in the positive for yards gained.
1st and 10, Mark Hernandez, the handoff. Breaking a couple of tackles to the 30-yard line. Goes Javier Simmons. Get the ball out to the 32. Number 22, Stone Pena with a stop that time for the Davenport Wolves.
It's just so hard for Kennedy. You're kind of going up against a immovable object in the front line of Davenport. Kennedy's not a bad team. They won 49-21 against San Antonio Memorial, so they have the ability to score. It's just when you're facing such good athletes like you have at Davenport, it's hard to get started.
Simmons with the carry once again. Good cue in that time by the defense. On the stop, we see number 60, Danny Moreno. No gain on the play. 3rd and 3, Kennedy Rockets. Ball on the ground. Hernandez trying to fall on it, but I believe it's picked up. I think it's going to be Davenport football. Check this out, see who came up with the football. Well, actually, I stand corrected. It was Simmons who came up with the fumble, but it'll be 4th down for Kennedy.
The 3rd fumble by Kennedy. This time they recover it. The 2 earlier we talked about gave Davenport possession at the 8-yard line, the 22-yard line, and both of those ended up being scoring drives for the Wolves. Now another punt, and no one back still for the Wolves.
High punt, this one faked. That'll be a 1st down and more for the Kennedy Rockets.
Just a bit of trickeration getting the first down for the Rockets, and maybe they need to do some more trickeration to get some offense going. I mean, the option gives you so many options, obviously, to do some trick plays, and I think they should take advantage of that. Try to fake handoff, fake pitch, do something to get your offense started here in the second half.
Jorge Pena, the punter and also a defensive back, tried to get a little spark going, and Rockets pick up their second first down of the night. 1st and 10, Kennedy. We got movement. And I'm not sure who they're going to say this is on. Both teams are pointing at each other. It was him. No, man, it was him. Let's see.
Looks like the right end of the Wolves jumped first to me from up here. See if that's the consensus downstairs.
I think it may be by the looks of things.
Talked about, though, every time there's a false start or encroachment, everyone's trying to convince the refs who it was on first, and I don't know how they're expecting to change anything.
1st and 5 as we're down to the final seconds here of the third quarter. This may be the final play of the quarter. Hernandez, the pitch. Oh, the running back is wrapped up. That's Diaz. Big stop that time. Miles Jones from his linebacker position, among others.
Hernandez there, pitching it a bit too early. I think you got to let the defense come to you as the quarterback and then hand it off right before you get hit. And just pitching it as soon as he saw that front side linebacker in his path and set up his running back to be taken down for a loss.
Well, that's 3 in the books from Davenport High School this evening with our score. Davenport 57, Kennedy nothing. The final 12 minutes on the clock, and we'll be back for those here in just a moment on the Wolves Network.
The Big Ten's the real deal.
She terminates. Oh, what a block. Oh, my. And how about that wicked swing?
The Big Ten has continued to be the bar setter.
Deliver. Another big time. Boom. Some of the best volleyball I've ever seen. Termination. With some thunder. Money. Blocked. Turning up the heat. Vaporizes.
Buries it.
Big Ten volleyball all season long.
It's a big rip.
On the Big Ten Network.
Roland J. Reese along with Cole Pavelio back for the final 12 minutes of tonight's ball game. 57-0. It's been all Davenport from the opening drive. 2nd and 8 now for the Kennedy Rockets. Line of scrimmage is their own 40. Here's a handoff to Diaz, trying to find something around the far side. He'll be wrapped up, not much. Couple of tough yards. 45 and on the stop that time, that being Lucas Simmons. They did on a couple of big plays here defensively thus far in the second half.
This is the farthest that Kennedy has gotten the ball downfield so far. They started at their own 35 on one drive. That was their farthest that they'd gone so far previously. Now they're at their own 44.
3rd down, handoff straight ahead. They wrapped up once again is the Rockets running back. Occasionally hard to spot the numeral from their option formation. Simmons once again with the carry.
Saw a few Wolves trying to say that the ball was down and that they recovered it, but we'll see what the verdict is. There's some laundry on the field here.
Yeah, we'll check this out. Of course, you never can tell in scrums like that. There could always be the inadvertent face mask or something along those lines. See what this call is. That is the call.
Just on cue, Roland.
Yeah, see?
Got the magic 8 ball out and finding the call before it's even announced.
That's it.
15 yards, though, for Kennedy. That will give them their first possession in Davenport territory.
Davenport territory of the evening. That is amazing. They're going to spot this. Well, they're giving them a generous spot. They're going to take this all the way down to the 42-yard line, that being the Wolves' 42.
Last week they had a big play of 78 yards of a rushing touchdown. So they have big play opportunity, but just haven't been able to do so tonight.
1st and 10 Rockets. Handoff coming near side, not much there, a couple of tough yards for the Kennedy running backs. As a matter of fact, that's the first time we've seen Aiden Lozano in the ball game at running back.
And this drive for Kennedy, it's been a long drive so far. They started with 2:57 left in the third quarter, and they're all the way down to 10:20 here in the fourth. So this is the methodical play that the option can let you have. You just break off little chunk plays and get a few penalties in your favor, and you work your way down the field. They start at their own 25 on this drive.
2nd and about 11 from the Davenport 43. Handoff trying to go straight ahead is the running back Andrew Lopez. And a couple of tough defenders there. I believe in on the stop is number 8, Miles Jones. Wrapping up the Kennedy running back. So right now, Gennaro Vasquez brings the play in from the sideline. 3rd, call it 12. Here's the pitch. This is Diaz. Diaz wrapped up again. Jones leading the attack. Others in on the stop. Jones feeling it.
All of the Wolves coaches noticing some extracurriculars after the whistles, trying to get a call on the lineman being pushed down into the ground by a Kennedy player. And we'll see if they punt it away this time or if they go for the trick play, but you got 4th and 15, a long ways to go for a trick play, and no one back to return though. So
yeah, that's kind of been the case for the most part of this second half, is Davenport has not put back a return man. This one go out of bounds at about the, looks like they're going to spot it at the 20-23 is where the Wolves will go back on the attack offensively. 1st and 10.
And a 10-play drive for Kennedy just ends up in nothing still, as it's 57-0. Was a very long drive though. A lot of time off the clock. Started with 2:57 left in the third, as mentioned. Marched it all the way down to 8:39 left in the game. And you just got to punch it in at some point, especially when you have the ball for that long. You get a trick punt, 1st down, and then you also get a 15-yard penalty against the Wolves. You got to take advantage when giving it to you.
Eggleston quick out. This pass complete across the 30, the 35-yard line. Hauling that in is 23.
That play right there just been the epitome of Wolves offense all season long. They break off chunk plays, and it allows so many times for the Wolves to get 1st downs in needed situations, and that's been the story really for the history of Davenport Wolves.
Got to give Carson Scudday his props as he made the catch that time, and first time we've seen him in the ball game, as we were mentioning. Coach Zimmerhans will probably empty a little bit more of his bench, give his other players some playing time, give them some reps, as Kennedy has taken a timeout. 8:15 remain in the ball game. It's been all Davenport all night long. We can look ahead, I think, at this point. See that the Wolves are going to be on the road next week. They'll be taking on the Battling Billies in Fredericksburg.
Always a good matchup there in Fredericksburg. The Billies, it seems like every time Fredericksburg and Davenport are fighting for 1st place, no matter what sport it is.
Kennedy will be back home to host the Pleasanton Eagles. 1st and 10. Snap gets away from Eggleston, a little bit over his head. He's going to have to fall on it. But does retain possession.
First down sticks probably feel like they're in Pleasanton now after that snap over the head of Eggleston. Makes it Second in a marathon.
It is second and 26 for the Wolves. Eggleston, handoff straight ahead. It's Garza. Or correction, it's 28 with the carry. It was Carter Page. First time his number's been called tonight. Senior running back. Give him a gain of 7, or correction, give him a gain of 5. It'll be third down, 21 for Davenport. They got to get to the 46. That's their own 46 for a first down movement. And I think they're going to get the Wolves for offsides. And that is the case.
Even when you're up 57-0, you'll have things to talk about even in a victory like this. That's going to be one of them, just procedure mishaps that you shouldn't be having in a game like tonight. And those will be the things that hurt you in playoffs once you get there that need to be cleaned up.
That's right. It's one of the tight ends that checked in. Of course, hadn't had his number called to this point.
They'll have to waste a timeout for Davenport as they couldn't get the play call cleared up on what they were looking for there on 3rd and 26 says on the board.
Yeah, back to 26 with that penalty. So I tell you what, with that, let's take this timeout. 6:46 remains in the ball game. All Davenport, 57-0 on top of Kennedy. Back with more in a moment on the Wolves Network.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Support Specialist is now Groundworks. Book your free inspection today.
What do you get when you mix a banana, a firefighter, a tailgater, and baseball? You get Banana Ball on True TV.
That is beautiful banana ball.
This baseball game has taken the country by storm.
Over 65.
To pick up a first down. It's 3rd and 26 for Davenport.
Kind of unbelievable that's 3rd and 26 still.
Absolutely. Eggleston airs it out. Eggleston has a man. We see when things are going right. That's just what happened. And right there, making the catch, Brennan Holton.
Just incredible that you can get that large of a chunk play here. Just a seam route up the middle, just wide open space that Davenport's had all night long, and really just the largest chunk play that we've seen.
And I'm sure Eggleston will tell you on that last play, never a doubt. 1st and 10. Wolves, quick out, pass complete. Far side as the receiver is kept in. That's and number 82 making the reception. That being Enrique Gonzalez. First time he's had his number called this evening. There he is, senior wide receiver. 2nd down, Davenport. They're going to give him a pickup of 5 on that play as the clock continues to run, now under 6 minutes remaining in tonight's ball game. Eggleston takes a handoff, play action. This is complete. It's a tight end across the 10, the 5, down around the 4-yard line goes Caden Doman.
One of the seniors tight ends for this Wolves team.
Well, everybody's got to get into the act tonight with a game like this. And that was a nice pickup for the senior tight end. It's going to be first and goal, Davenport. They spot this at about the 5-yard line. Eggleston has looked good at quarterback.
It's just hard when he's stuck by behind a sophomore Torres, who's
in zone pass tip, pass intercepted. Ball knocked away. Ruben Solis comes away with the football for the Kennedy Rockets. And then Davenport's first turnover of the night.
We talked about it, just things to clean up still. With a lot of season left to go. Last season, Davenport made it to playoffs, faced Calhoun. The Sand Crabs were eliminated by them. The season prior, they faced Chapel Hill and lost in Waco. So past 2 seasons, just making it pretty far into playoffs, but ending up just a little bit short of the state title games. They faced Calhoun in the Alamo Dome and then Chapel Hill in Waco.
First down, the handoff this time, running back wrapped up once again. Not much there for Matthew Hernandez. He's carried the ball several times this evening. I wonder if he has accrued any positive yards, though, because it seems like he's been wrapped up. Here you see he gets stopped for a 3-yard loss.
Got a nice little, essentially a stiff shoulder. He shrugged one guy off to make him miss and then got taken down by a pack of wolves afterwards.
Marcus Harris in on the stop, among others, for Davenport. 2nd and 13. Handoff Diaz. This time they try the other side, and not much there.
And you get given the ball, and you get a stop for the first time this game if you're Kennedy, and right now it looks like it's going to be another 3 and out, and you just wonder what can you do to get past these Wolves. With this could possibly be your last drive of the game, and what can you improve upon looking ahead for the Kennedy Rockets?
3rd and 13. Line of scrimmage is their own 17-yard line. Give coming near side. Couple of tough yards for Matthew Hernandez. Met there and stopped. Brody Holton in on the stop.
See it again here. One lead blocker gets down one Wolf defensive player and creates a small hole, but then just as always, the 4-3 defense of the Wolves, the cornerbacks and the safeties come crashing down and stop that gap right at the line of scrimmage to create a no gain.
The snap, the punt, once again, nobody back for Davenport. This will roll out of bounds inside the 40. Actually, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 41. They're going to say that's where the ball went out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wolves from that point. Line of scrimmage will be their own 41-yard line. Well, I tell you, we've seen firepower tonight from a tough Davenport Wolves squad. As we officially, I guess it's officially the first game of the second half of the season tonight. They've got 5 in the books. And looks like they were saying every team. I had a discussion with a gentleman I did the ball game with last week in Bernie. He was saying that some teams opt to actually take their bye week on what many teams use as the final week of the season, which in this case would be the first week of November, and that's exactly what Davenport is doing, and I believe what Kennedy's doing as well.
That makes it a long season, though. 11 games in a row, a lot of bumps and bruises to battle all season long, and I mean, even on a game like this, you're going to be taking bumps and bruises that are going to linger until you finally get that bye week in early November, and then you got playoffs ahead. Then you get an extra week to game plan, essentially, if your seeding is set.
Carter Page on the previous play picked up 8. It'll be 2nd and 8. We slowly but surely make our way to the 2-minute timeout here. As a matter of fact, that may be.
I think we'll just have to get one more playoff, or there'll be a delay of game.
That's right. Right now, just a question of eating the clock, making sure both these teams get out of here. And right there it is, our 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes remaining in tonight's contest that has been all Davenport. 57-0 over the Kennedy Rockets. More on the way here on the Wolves Network.
With NFL Network and NFL Red Zone, the action is inevitable.
Energy all day, all day. Let's go.
NFL Network is where 24/7 coverage meets unmatched insider access and exclusive live games.
There's games in other countries.
Let's go! And every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon during the regular season.
Makes the catch!
With NFL Red Zone.
We have so much football.
So this season, don't miss a second of the action.
Celebrate out loud. Game on.
Get NFL Network and NFL Red Zone now.
Along with Cole Pavelio, I'm Roland J. Reese. It's been a brilliant evening. I mean, for Davenport, they've got to feel good about the way they've looked out here. I'm sure the coaching staff will go back and say, we've got to fix some of these miscues. We've got to fix some of the penalties that shouldn't have taken place. I'm sure they may have some words for Eggleston. Of course, his pass got tipped before it got intercepted, but, you know, you're shaping this young man to be ready, you know, in case they've got to go to him. And he's looked very, very more than serviceable. He's had a good performance.
It's always great to have that backup quarterback that can do the job when necessary, and that's what Eggleston has done here in the second half.
That's a big hole for Carter Page. And he runs this all the way out to the 35-yard line, that being the Kennedy 35. First and 10, Davenport. All academic at this point. Davenport's going to move to a perfect 6-0 on the season. Handoff once again. And Carter Page says, listen, I want my shine time.
28, Carter Page with a big carry, and that's a way to go, Gilman. First down.
Page takes the ball down to the 16-yard line. That'll be another first down for the Davenport Wolves.
It's just a matter of a question of, do they get another touchdown? They got about 2 full 40-second play clocks left to go, so that's really the question here. If they decide to go for the final touchdown, or they just let the clock run out.
Well, they're keeping it on the ground to run clock. That ball gets away from Eggleston once again. Picked up by Page. Presence of mind to come up with a football. And that might have been the smart move of the game to run this clock. As we're looking, the play clock at 26, game clock at 30. So they'll have to snap it one more time, and this thing will be history.
Could just take a knee here, but knowing Davenport, I think they'll run a play, just get more reps in.
The snap, the give, Page once again. Across the 15, be tackled at about the 12-yard line. And that's going to do it as the clock will run out. And Davenport, a perfect 6-0, perfect 2-0 in district as they head to Fredericksburg next week. Your thoughts on this, Cole?
I mean, it's what you expected to see from Davenport. They're going to come out and fire on all cylinders, and they've got the running attack, passing attack, and they're going to do everything good. They got Barrett Fallon that is phenomenal every time he touches the ball, it seems like. Then the offensive line just doing their job, protecting their quarterback, giving Torres time to survey the field all game long, and nothing Kennedy could do to stop the Davenport Wolves. And looking at Kennedy's side of things, they just got to get off the line of scrimmage faster. They've got the potential to be a good team. They just, I mean, movable object is what they faced against the Davenport Wolves.
Well, Kennedy will try to right the good ship rocket next week as they play host to the Pleasanton Eagles. Meanwhile, Davenport on the road as they'll travel to Fredericksburg to take on the Battling Billies in another district tilt. Once again, our final this evening, 57-0, as Davenport defeated the Kennedy Rockets in tonight's district play. And for my partner, Cole Pavelio, all of us here at WIC Productions and the Wolves Network, I'm Roland J. Reese. Have yourselves a great weekend. So long, everybody.